those who do not have power over the story that dominates their life, the power to retell it, rethink it, deconstruct it, joke about it, and change it as time changes, are truly powerless because they cannot think new thoughts. That's by Salman Rushdie. And every so often, I go back to this, because every so often you're not the same person. And you need to have power over the story that dominates your life. You could have power, but if you do not rethink it and retell it with new knowledge and new information and new grace and new contacts, joke about it. This is who I was, this is who I am now, and change it as time changes, are truly powerless. I want to applaud Justus because he, along with other storytellers and the team that he works with, are giving people this opportunity to tell their story. But platforms like Moments with Justus can only give you an opportunity to tell your story. And among the many things we were taught in 844, for those of us who went through 844, composition of a cockroach thorax, abdomen, and those things, I don't think we were taught essential things about speaking about our truth. And in the 9 years that my co-founder Dawn and I have been doing Engage, and we have listened to and curated stories of over 500 people publicly that are available on YouTube, and many more in corporate sessions and social sessions that we have run, we've come to realize that we are all the same person, in different skin, in different clothes, in different genders. We all want to be respected, and we want to feel understood. That's it. Whoever you talk to, whether their economic status, their education status, their background, we are all the same person. We want to be respected, we want to feel understood. And how do you then understand someone if you do not know their story? Because if I choose to understand you from where I am, then I am not understanding you. I am understanding a version of me that I have created about you. And so the story, the work of storytelling becomes even more important in breaking the silence. A friend of mine, Kevin Mochiro, spoke at Engage years ago, and he said something that I remember to date. He said, Kenya's official third language that we speak fluently is silence. We speak silence so fluently that we do not even realize it. That we will be in a gathering, we will all see something, and then we switch to our third language, silence. We have seen it, we don't talk about those things. We, the Jumas, do not do such things. So if an uncle did something, we, the Jumas, do not talk about that. We as women do not talk about that. And one of the things we don't talk about as women are things that all women go through, periods. Why is there silence around periods? It's only now that people are talking about it, and Senator Gloria Oroba is seen as a pariah for bringing the conversation of periods to Parliament. The things we don't talk about is menopause. The things we don't talk about is falling off status. You were once this and now you're this. The things we don't talk about is violence. And I know in development circles, there's a lot of work that's been done, but we still hide it. And so for me, when Justus invited me, I thought this is just an opportunity for us collectively, not just the Kenya Human Rights Commission and the partners that they work with, but at an individual level, to start breaking the silence. And the only way to do that is to take power over the stories that dominate us. Because when we sit and listen to people around us, And you care enough to just allow them to peel a layer, not even peel all of it, to just scratch. You find we're carrying so many things. That the collective anger we have as a nation is individual anger, is generational anger. We still have anger because we were raised by angry parents who didn't know they were angry, because they were not parented. Because if you come from, especially around the mountain region, all men were put in concentration camps, and they came and found their women had moved on. Or even in other places, men went. They went to fight a war that they didn't understand. They didn't come back, or they came back and had seen things that they didn't talk about. And so my parents' generation were not parented. And you know, we gloss all over it and say, we turned out all right. Guys, we didn't turn out all right. We are so messed up. Completely. I mean, have you seen the amount of toxicity in workplaces? Have you looked at the children we're raising? How they speak to us, and we say, these children have no respect. Guess what? Guess where they learned it from? We are messed up. And we cannot move forward as a country, no, as a family, as a community, as a country, as a continent. And I truly believe in the power of this continent until we break the silence on small things, to give us the courage to break the silence on big things. Let's break the silence about vikombe za wageni. Why? Why do we treat visitors better than we treat? And so my encouragement, because I was reminded I have only 10 minutes, I don't know how many of those 10 minutes I have taken already. They're over. Okay. Let's break the silence. Let's start having conversations, because those who do not have power over the stories that dominate their lives, the power to tell them, to retell them, to deconstruct them, to joke about them, are truly powerless, for they cannot think new thoughts. Thank you very much.